Okay, I've just received this package from SILCA. This is their chain waxing system. Hold on. Okay, so this is their chain waxing system that they've kindly sent to me. This is worth over $200 US. I have yet to unpack it, but I want to share it with all of you. So this has been sitting in my storeroom for almost 3 weeks now because I've still got my brand new chain that I've waxed using my candle Gulf wax using the old school system, which works pretty well. This is a slow cooking crock pot. If you are Asian or Chinese, you'll be familiar with this kind of crock pot in your household. So I got this off Carousel for $10 a used crock pot, and I've been cooking or waxing my chains in here. But recently I've been seeing a lot of videos of this whole SRAM waxing system, which seems very interesting. I mean, obviously it's just a crock pot, but I think the feature is that you can control temperature, whatnot. It has that whole stand, and the reason why I started looking into this was initially I ran out of my candle wax, so I wanted to give other waxes a try. So the first one that came across my mind was the SILCA's Secret Chain, is that what they call it? Secret Lube or whatever, the one in the black packet. So I wanted to buy that. Then I came across that they do also have this waxing pot that they have. So I've actually wanted to pay with my own money. I reached out to a few shops asking them if they sell this, and yes, a couple of shops here in Singapore do have them. It's a bit pricey. So I thought that I've built somewhat of a relationship with SILCA already. You can see I have that saddleback. I think it's called the Matone. Obviously, the one of the videos that I did that attracted their attention was the SILCA seat roll, which until today I still don't like that one, but I like this one. You guys know that I don't run saddlebacks, but after I got this has been on my bike for some time. So yes, again, thank you to SILCA and yeah, for sending me this whole pack. Literally, it has everything, and it's not cheap. The best thing is actually when I asked them if I could give them a try, give this SILCA wax a try, they said yes, here you go, take everything. And there were no terms and conditions. They just said, here you go, give it a try, let us know what you think. And they did not say you have to create a video or whatever, but here I am doing a video for them. And I just think I should give them credit because they literally just sent this to me for free without expecting anything. So, but in return, I'm going to make a video for them. So let's unbox this. Here is the pack. Let's go ahead. I'm excited to unbox this. All the way from the US, guys. Through FedEx, so I'm assuming shipping is not cheap. Very nice of SILCA to do this and to send it to me. Alright, let's go. Alright, this is the holy grail. The chain waxing system. This is where they call it the chain waxing system, but essentially what it is just like a crock pot here, and then you hang your chain and stuff like that. So what it says here is it comes with a drip stand, this red thing here, cable, coupler, chain hanger. Okay, shout out to my friend Andrew. He said to buy, which I'll show you in a bit. Basically, this chain hanger, I got it off Shopee. I've got like 5 of it. He sent me a link, so if you want to do multiple chains, you can actually use it, because I'm assuming in the box you only can do one chain at a time, but if you have multiple chains, you can buy one of these round hooks and you can hang several chains at one point. Adjustable temperature wax warmer. So I think this is the key point that actually attracted me to this, is that it's adjustable temperature. I'm sure you probably can get some other kind of crock pot, whatever, that's adjustable timer, but wanted to give this a try. So okay, this is it. We're going to open this later. And what SILCA sent me, so this was the Secret Chain Lube that I wanted to buy initially. And yeah, so I have no idea how to use this, but let's follow the instructions later on. They've also sent me their Ultimate Performance Additive. I think it's like a chip. I guess it prolongs your chain, makes it ride faster or longer. I'm not too sure. So they've got 3 of this. they call it here speed chip, endurance, and strip chip. Okay, based on the names, I'm just going to assume endurance will make your chain last longer. You don't have to wax it so much. Speed chip, on the other hand, let's see what's this. Okay, it says here speed chip increases drivetrain efficiency by 0.5%. Okay, so strip chip essentially is to strip factory grease chain in your SILCA Ultimate Chain Waxing System. So what I'm guessing is if you've got like your SRAM Shimano factory chain, which has okay, I'm not sure about SRAM, but Shimano has like very thick chain factory grease, which is almost very hard to take out, or yeah, you would need multiple times of solution and stuff to get it out. So with this strip chip, I guess it'll clean out your waxing system. But my chain has already been stripped by Shane, so it's pretty clean. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour hot water over the wax, and then that will strip off the wax from my chain. So I don't need this at the moment yet, but thank you SILCA for sending all of me this. So what I'll need, or I'll use, is the, I think, speed chip, right? Yeah, I want to go fast, not endurance for me. I want to try speed chip, so I'll keep this too. What else did they send to me? Super secret chain coating, ultra fast and waterproof. How do I use this? I guess if you're not using the waxing system, you use this. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. So I think I don't need this for the moment. So it's just going to be speed chip and secret chain. So, but the problem is I'm not sure how much to put in. But let's check the instructions. Okay, here we have the SILCA Waxing System. Let's go ahead and open this up. So this was a very specific request that I requested SILCA is, do you have the 3-pin? I think this is called the UK plug, or I mean some countries, they don't use this 3-pin. So I think when you buy them online, you can actually specify which kind of plug. So make sure you check this out, and especially from wherever you guys are watching from, you get the right plug head. So this is the stand that came with it. So I really like this. I mean, obviously you can do your own DIY and make this kind of metallic stand, but the problem I have here is that every time before I had this, was I had to hang it on my hanger, and I had to hold it up and make sure the wax stops dripping before I can hang it and let it dry further. But I think with this, any excess wax will fall back into the pot. We got the lid. And this was the thing where you hook on, and I think it goes on top here like that to hook your chain. It's very sturdy. And the pot itself, very plasticky looking pot. There's some screws in here. I don't know what they are used for. Okay, I've just attached, basically this thing attaches itself, and then the 2 screws makes a complete stand. What I wanted to point out here, I think, is quite a very small little detail which I appreciate a lot. The fact that there's a hole here so I can put the cables through with ease, especially if this is going to be permanent in your house, you're going to leave it around. I think it's very neat. Also, this thing sits perfectly on the stand. So what I mean by that is, see how there are 4 kings here. It sits freaking perfectly on all of this. It's amazing, man. It's just not only a base, but this small rubber pieces of the waxing pot sits nicely with the base plate. Oh my god, sorry. I just think it's a very cool little detail that they actually took into account, so it doesn't move. And when you put your chain up here, it's very sturdy. So let's start cooking. Okay, so as an update, so today I did the whole waxing yesterday, and today I received a few messages on my Instagram and some of my friends who personally texted me about the SILCA wax system. So first and foremost, that crock pot itself, I know I speak very highly about it, but some of you actually pointed to me the exact model that's coming out from China. So that crock pot, if you find it on Amazon, the exact one looks exactly the same from Amazon, only costs about $30 US, whereas SILCA is selling it for $200. So, but here's the point that I want to make is, and I discussed this with my friend Andrew, and I shared this crock pot with him. I was like, what do you think of this? You know, like even SILCA is marketing this for $200, but you can get this crock pot for $30. And he asked me this. He said, you are actually paying for the convenience. Would you want to buy a $30 crock pot and sauce for the stand, the wax, and everything? Whereas SILCA offers you the convenience. They sell you the whole system, the additives, and he gave me an analogy like telcos, for example. He said you don't need the whole bundle of Spotify, Netflix, SMSs. You just want the data, right? So in a way, that's the way SILCA works. And he also shared with me that SILCA has a, I didn't know this, but SILCA sells a $500 track pump. Who the hell in the world would need a track pump? I guess it's more of a flex. Do you need it? No, but it's a good flex. I wouldn't say good, but it's a flex to have, right? To tell people you have a $500 pump, but at the end of the day, it does the same job. It pumps air into your tires. So I just wanted to put it out there that crock pot, actually you can find different crock pots. So you don't need to buy the SILCA one. If you don't want to, you can find other crock pots. I think initially when SILCA made the wax, they were just selling the wax alone, and they were, I think it's quite ingenious of them that they had that the wax box, that seal. You can actually just heat it up directly on your pan with hot water. So it's a technique that I think Josh mentioned on his SILCA YouTube channel. It's called I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but it's a French word, sous vide, SOUSVIDE. The way how you cook meat, I guess, or whatever is in that sealed bag, and you put it in hot water. So you can actually do that with the SILCA hot wax without having to buy the crock pot. For me, it's the convenience. I really like the red stand, because I can hang my chains. Of course, you can do your own DIY and find out how you could do it, but for the convenience, it's great. And SILCA sent it to me for free, so I'm not going to complain. Just wanted to give you guys an update. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video. To start off with, I got to measure the Secret Chain, the amount of Secret Chain Lube that I need to put in. I'm not too sure. So what I'm planning to do is I'm intending to use the speed chip. So according to their directions, I have to heat up 300 to 500 grams of SILCA Secret Chain Blend Hot Wax. So 300 to 500 grams of that, I'm going to measure it in here. So just to give you guys a sense of volume of how much that has to be in there. So let's do that first. And then after that, I drop the whole entire chip into that solution. The thing that I'm not too familiar with is, I mean, you guys let me know in the comments. Again, I did not do extensive research on how to actually use this. The question is whether, how many times can I reuse the chain wax in there once I put this in? Because, I mean, if for you guys who are buying this, right, are you able to reuse this multiple times, or is this like a one-off thing? My gut feeling is that you could probably use it a few times and then you have to change out the whole wax and then top it up with new ones. So that is my assumption, but let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong. So I will be going with that assumption. So let's weigh 300 to 500 grams first. Okay guys, I don't know if I'm doing this wrong because half the bag, this one whole bag is 500 grams. Am I supposed to be putting 500 grams in there? Doesn't seem to be right. This is already 190 grams. Let me read the instructions. Okay, so I did a check. Indeed, it is actually 300 grams that you need to put in here. Either my scale is wrong, but this is showing 190 grams already. So let's just put in 190 grams of, oh my god, spilling all over the place. Obviously, you don't have to be so precise, but I just want to have a gauge of how much I have to put in there, so the next time I know. I wish SILCA actually added like a level, like a, you know, the volume, kind of a marker in the pot, so I know when to stop filling it up. So this is right all the way to the top 300 grams. And then you add this speed chip in it. So I guess I'm just gonna remove this and add the speed chip in here. It wouldn't close though. Okay, let's start this up. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is just gonna power it on. Okay, by default, when you power it on, it goes up to 75 degrees. So you can see the number increasing. So 75 degrees is sufficient, but I think you will need to manually adjust it if you are using it for different blends and things like that. So for 75 degrees, I think it's a default, so I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to pop the cap here, and I'm going to do a time lapse so you guys can see it melt in time lapse time. Okay, it took about an hour for the wax to almost completely melt, but I made a few mistakes. So while I was waiting for this to melt, I started watching all of the SILCA videos that Josh posted on his YouTube channel. I should have done that before speaking too much about this, but the mistake was I should have melted the chain wax. I should have heated up the pot first, then only add in the chain wax. And because of that, and I initially did not heat it up all the way to 125, so this is in degrees, in metrics. So if you want to change it to Fahrenheit, you got to hold onto the power button and it goes into that. So now it's at 125, that's why it heated up so much quicker. I actually left it at 75 at the default, so it took so long and I couldn't wait, so I just jacked it up all the way to 125. Apparently that's the way it should be doing it, jack it up to 125, then put in the wax and let it melt faster. So now that it is already at 125 degrees Celsius, I'm gonna tune it down back to 75. And I just want to say that these buttons here, they are not physical buttons. It's actually like a touch button. So that's pretty cool. So it's completely melted now. I've got my tongs in here. There's nothing left in there. So we'll just wait for that to cool. While we wait for that to cool, let's start hooking up the chain and prep it for the dunking session. So this is my DuraAce chain. Again, I just basically poured hot water over it and kind of cleaned it so it is very dry and clean now. You can see my hands it's clean, okay? Remember earlier I was telling you that this whole waxing system came with this tool where you can only hang one chain, but again, to my friend Andrew, who recommended this to me from Shopee. So these are like kind of like metallic ties that you can hang. It's very similar system. So if you guys out there, I think this is only like $3 and you get 4 or 5 of this. So I won't be using this today. I've only got one chain, but it's a tip. If you guys want to wax multiple chains, you could just get one of these. One thing that I wanted to point out, or I have a question actually to SILCA, whoever's watching, is how many times can I use the wax for? Because I couldn't find an answer online. So any comments would be very much appreciated. You can let me know how many times I could use the wax before I got to buy another bag of Secret Chain Lube, because this is not cheap. It's almost $90 here in Singapore. So I hope I could use it a couple of times before I have to change the whole wax. Also, this Secret chain coating, I probably will not be using it, but apparently what Josh says on his YouTube channel is that once you wax the chain with the Secret Chain blend, it could last you up to 1,000 miles. I'm not sure how long is that in kilometers. And intermittently, you could add this coating onto the chain, and then you prolong it even longer. So this is the chain wax is the base, then you top it up with this. Yeah, but I'm just a bit skeptical whether it will be dry, adding some solution to this. Apparently it is meant to be dry, so I've hooked the cables up and let's dunk it in 10 to 15 minutes. Oh man. The good thing is it can stand alone, so I don't have to hold it here. I'll just let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes and we'll come back. dry. The nice feature about this stand is the hook here sits perfectly and all the excess wax can drip back into the pot. That was a very attractive feature for me. I know I could just do it by myself, but what I used to do it the last time before all of this was I should hold the hanger up, and I had the crock pot at the bottom. I just hold my hand there and keep interchanging it with my right and left hand until it stops dripping. So with this, saves my life. I can just let it hang here and I go and do my thing. So that's the end of the review, unboxing. Hope you guys enjoyed this one and hopefully provides you a little bit more insights whether should you buy or should you not buy the SILCA waxing system. Again, I would like to thank SILCA very much for sending me all of these goodies to play with. I'll probably be sticking with this for a long time. And yeah, basically I've used 3/4 of the bag, so there's just about less than 100 grams left in here. They've given me all these additives. I think it's retailing for $40 for all three. I've only used the speed chip which is in there, so we'll see how things go. Actually, I was reading some of the reviews on their website. Out of the 300 over reviews, only 2 bad reviews. So and 2 of those reviews actually stated that they felt that the chain was very stiff after applying the wax. So I'm not sure about that, but I think wax tends to be a bit more stiffer compared to your traditional lubricant. I'm a fan of using wax, even though last time I was a skeptic, but after using it, it's so dry. It might be a little bit noisy. I'm not sure about the SILCA one, but I don't care, man. For me, as long as the maintenance is low, it's clean, it prolongs the longevity of my chain. I don't have to do so much maintenance. Just slap it on the bike and just go riding. Yeah, so I don't think I'll be using this anymore anytime soon, the old crock pot. Moving on to this one. SILCA makes great products also. They sent me this. I just thought I wanted to give a shout out that SILCA sent me this multi-tool, which I think is super awesome, and it's like top-notch aluminium. It's really hard and sturdy. It's not like those plasticky ones that tend to come loose over time, and it's very small. Look at how small it is. I've been using this for a long time. I've been putting it in my back pocket. Also the saddlebag, the Matone, awesome product. Again, thank you so much, SILCA. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the wax chain, the whole waxing system. Will you be getting one or will you not be getting one? And let me know why. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. And this is what the wax looks like. It's just hardened, and I plan to just leave it here and just heat it up the next time. And I got a response from SILCA saying that this will last a very long time. Like, I probably will not have to change the wax anytime soon, as long as it doesn't get contaminated. It's pure wax like that. It's not dirty. You can keep running it all the time. Keep changing it. Sorry. As long as it doesn't get contaminated with a dirty wax, you can keep reusing the wax, so there's no need to top it up or exchange for a new waxing pack. Yeah.